says Romans 8 and verse 14. For as many are as led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. So those are the sons of God. The people who are after the Spirit of God, right? The people who walk in His Spirit are His sons, right? His daughters, His children. That's how we determine who's a child of God and who's not, right? By who's walking after the Spirit. That's the only way to do it, right? There is no other way to determine this. There is no other way to come to this conclusion, right? The only way to determine this is going to be by the Spirit that you're in. It says, Romans 8 and verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, and that's how we determine. Again, it says it's basically repeating it, right? It says our spirit determines that we're the children of God, right? And what are the children of God? What's that spirit? That spirit is love. So when you walk in this love, you are a child of God, right? That's the only way to be a child of God, is when you walk in love. If you're not doing the things of love, you're not of God. You can't do the things not of God and say you are of God. That's not how that works, right? The only way to be of God is do the things of God. That's it. Ain't no other way to be of God but to be of God. It says, and if children, then heirs of God, joint heirs with Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also glorify together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be received in us. Right? So it's pretty simple, right? And we suffer with Yahushua the way he suffered, we're going to be glorified like Yahushua the way he was glorified, right? It's just breaking it down really simple for you. This is Philippians 1 and 11. This is being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Mashiach Yahushua, unto the glory and praise of Yahweh, right? So it says what? Being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Mashiach Yahushua. So Yahushua is the author of righteousness. Yahushua is the physical author of righteousness, right? He's the physical author of righteousness, because we know the leader, the first spiritual leader of righteousness is who? Yahweh. Right? And then he created Yahushua, and Yahushua came here in the flesh, and he was the first physical author and finisher, right? It says, being filled with the fruit of righteousness, which are by Mashiach Yahushua, unto the glory and praise of our Lord, or unto the glory and praise of Yahweh, right? And that's great, right? Because we see Yahushua, we see what he went through, and we see the end of it. And we got multiple examples there in Scripture. We see, like, for example, we see Job, the things that he went through, the things that he suffered, right? And the end thereof. There's plenty of examples of people following after righteousness and then getting what? Everything that they wanted, everything that they needed, everything that they asked for, right? But it's real simple. All you got to do is follow righteousness first, and everything's going to be added. That's why Yahushua said that. This is Proverbs 2:1. It says, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thy heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hidden treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord Yahweh and find the knowledge of God. Right? So he's saying that what? Man, if you go search at the God like you would search for some hidden treasure, right? You're gonna get those mysteries. You're gonna understand the things that you want to understand. You're gonna get the things that you want to get. This is for the Lord giving wisdom out of his mouth. For the Lord giving wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walketh uprightly. He keepeth the path of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity. Yea, every good path. Knowledge is present. Every good path, when wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. So the only way to defeat evil is through love. The only way to overcome evil is through love and righteousness, and all the things that falls under that, right? Because we know when Satan comes through, he's going to try you, right? And the only way to fight back Satan is through love, right? Forget about the world terms. Oh, I'm gonna fight fire with fire. No, you can't do that. Because to do that is you already lost. When you fight fire with fire, you already lost when it comes to the battle for your soul, the battle against wickedness, right? That good and evil battle, as soon as you decide you want to fight fire with fire, you lost, right? You lost. That's why this thing is so hard, right? Because a lot of people don't want to humble down and be humiliated. They don't want to take the high road. They don't want to be the bigger man, right? They want to play limbo, right? How low can you go? That's the game people want to play. But that's not the way to win in this, right? Maybe in the world, well, not maybe, but definitely in the world, you can get ahead like that. You can win those battles, right? But when it comes to coming up against Yahweh Shem Rashad and their game, playing their game, you're not winning that way, right? You're not going to win that way. It says, verse 13, who leave the path of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness. Right, who? Why would you leave the path of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness? It don't make sense, right? So you got this lamp, you're going down the path, you see everything. Who decides, you know what? I don't need this lamp anymore. I'm going to throw it away. I'd rather just walk blindly through this. You got to be a fool. You gotta be a fool. People don't even want to walk in rooms that they know without the light being on, right? You got a lot of people, they unlock their door. First thing they do is what? They feeling around and turn that light on. They don't want to walk through yet. They want to turn that light on first, then they're going to walk through. People know the landscape, and they still want to walk in a room that they can see. I mean, they still want to walk in a room that they can't see. Yeah, you got to be a fool to say, you know what? Take this lamp. I don't need that lamp. I'm just going to walk in darkness. You gotta be a fool. You literally gotta be out of your mind. You can't be right. It says, who rejoice to do evil in the light and frowardness of the wicked. Those ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Look at that. It says, who rejoices to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked. That just don't make sense, right? That don't make sense. Who would do it? Who would do it? It just doesn't make sense. But With that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.